Welcome once again to the BIZ NFL. Week number 4 is here. Your crew is here. Your pilot, Stewie, the Biz. I want to welcome all of the new folks joining us. I know a lot of folks watched my week 3 video after the week was done to see what was going on. Hey, what's this Biz dude all about? A great week 3. We'll go over that in a minute. We start off week 4 with another nice Thursday night winner. The Eagles and the over. Wasn't a video out, but I did put it on my Twitter. As I've told everybody, check my Twitter. That's where you will find plays if they're not on a video. It's a great morning here in Northern California, East Bay. It's about 69 degrees, breezy, a little cloud cover. You might hear some birds, some planes. We're outdoors, not in a studio. Kind of adds to the flavor of it. We had a great week, 17-7 last week. We're 32-14-1. Including those 2 games last night, 34-14-1. We are rolling in the NFL. We're not rolling as good as some of these other guys, though, like Ronnie Risk, the miracle helper, dime player. I get these emails constantly from people that claim to be 95-2. Got guys with mobster names. The bookie killer Frank Bonanno. Teflon Don, Brooklyn Godfather, and of course Carmine Genovese. I want you to think they're like connected to the mob that fixes in and we know which side to be on. Just maybe if I ever start selling my picks, I'll just change my name to, I don't know, Bizzolini, something Italian sounding. Hand out $95 weekly passes, $25 day passes. A day pass to me is a day at the spa, a jacuzzi, a steam room, and a hot chick rubbing me down. That's a day pass to me, not picks you pulled out of your ass. We got the best bets back again, 2 of them. Stewie, the Biz. Stewie said, yo, you let the blind dog pick a best bet, but not me. So I gave him a chance to pick a winner. He did. That Oakland, Minnesota best bet from Stewie, a winner. The Biz gave out that Houston Charger over that should have got there, but they missed an extra point, missed a field goal. The Teasers I talked about, 2-0. We got a Florida beat Piz combo play this week, something to have for you. And I've got music all over the place on this video this week. I jacked it up again on the NCAA football video. Thought I didn't have music. I did. He says, that's twice you've jacked me up on the music. So I said, okay, you can do whatever you want this week. So this dude infused music all over the place. So we got music, we've got teasers, we've got best bets, we've got a Florida Pete Biz combo play. A ton of great stuff. Looking forward to another great week of NFL football. Thanks, my man Eddie Money, for starting us off as we get into last week's review. Here you go, 17-7. I gotta say, I have the New Orleans Seattle over posted here. I could have swore I gave that out. I played it. I don't know what the hell I did, but it's in the record, so forgive me for adding it. I don't want to hear people say, hey, Biz, you're padding your record. Yeah, I really need to pad a record that's 34-14 with an extra winner. Let's go over it. Texas, Tennessee, Jacksonville, the first half under was never in doubt. Oakland, Minnesota over for 2 units. That's Stewie best bet. Baltimore, great game with the Chiefs covered. Falcons couldn't get it done, but they did cover our teaser. That game went way over. Denver just shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again. And Flacco, what were they thinking that Flacco was going to be the savior for these guys? Miami missed a field goal, dropped a touchdown, and that's how you don't get the push. Cincinnati, a nice cover. Over didn't quite get there. I told you Kyle Allen was a nice addition to Carolina, and they rolled over not the Panthers. They rolled over the Cardinals with their first-year quarterback and coach, who still haven't won, but yet were favored. What a gift. Carolina in the over winner. Giants, I told you again, Daniel Jones, great upgrade, outright winner. The over flew over. The Saints, outright winner. That over I just talked about, winner. Pittsburgh threw out a second half play on that one too. We'll get to that in a second. Houston and the Chargers, that brutal loss. That should have been a push. The Browns, we got out of that one at halftime. Loser. Game under, never in doubt. Here are the 2 second half plays I put out. I'm not a big second half guy, but when you get a chance to get out of a play, you do it. In that Niner game, rolling, dominating the stat sheet, 4 turnovers in the first half, they're down 6-3. And by all rights, they should have been up 3 scores. Took the Niners second half -6, set up a nice middle situation, and they won the second half. The Steelers covered the game, so it was a nice middle, a nice 2-unit hit there. The Rams second half, Browns line went up to 4.5. DB's missing the game. I was dying to get out of that game. By some act of God, the Browns had a 6-3 lead at the half. A great chance to get the hell out of there. We took the Rams -4.5 second half, and they covered that second half, and they covered the game, so we got out of a loser there. And of course, those 2 teasers we talked about last week, I went over how to play them, how I like to play them. Couple winners: Minnesota, Carolina, Minnesota, Atlanta. I thought Minnesota was pretty much a free square last week, and we hit 2 teasers, and we ended it with Washington, Chicago. That game just missed the under. You got a pick 6 from Keenum. You got a fumble inside their own 10 by Keenum. That's 14 gift points, and that's how an under turns into an over. A tough way to end the week, but I felt we were on the right side. I hate saying the right side, but if you watch that game, I mean, the under was really a good play there. Just didn't happen. So a nice 17-7 week. Again, check my Twitter on game days. I will rarely do it, but if I see a play we need to get out of, I'll post it on the Twitter. So if you followed my Twitter, you got those plays, well done. As you see, we are 32-14-1, hitting about 69.5% before last night's 2 wins. We're over 70% now. I was watching a video this morning of a guy saying, talking about variance and outfielders dropping balls and cost them a win, which happens. And he says, that's like the 40% that you lose, and you win the other 60%. I'm thinking, what planet is this guy from? 60% winners? Really? That's what you think people do? 60%? I had 6% NFL 2 years ago. It was the greatest I've ever done. It was 205 plays. I went 123 and 82. Best year I've ever had. That was like the only time I'll probably ever do that. Although this year we're trending in the right direction. And this guy's talking about 60%, like that's like the standard. And let me tell you something. A professional gambler will give their left nut to hit 60%. If you said, I'll give you 60% for life, but you got to give up one of your kids, they'd give up one of their kids. I mean, it's just insane to think that 60% is some type of standard of winning doing this. It's not. It's really not. If you could hit 56, 57%, you're really, really, really good. So these guys that I see on these videos talking about 60% and these other ridiculous claims, I mean, you've got to really keep things in perspective. We're riding a very hot streak right now, and we're not going to do this all year long. But it's a nice start, and it's a long season. Ride this wave while it lasts, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, great start to the season. Adding last night's wins, we're 34-14-1. We're up about 18 units. A nice start, but as I said last week, it's a what have you done for me lately business, and nobody cares what we did last week. All that matters is what we're going to do this week. So let's get on with the plays for this week. Yes, I'm going to start you off with a stinker. The Raiders, +7. Now, this is a really nice spot. I really like these kind of plays where a team looks like dog shit and they get blown out and they bounced back the next week. We had Cincinnati last week. They got down early in that game, 14-0, but they got a turnover. They punched in for a touchdown. Before you know it, it's 14-14. Bengals covered first last week. We're going to take the Raiders +7. The Colts are missing a few defensive players also. Raiders off a horrible loss to the Vikings. They're in the middle of this ridiculous stretch of games where they're not going to be home for 2 months. They go to, I believe, London the week after this, and they get a bye week, and then they get 2 more road games. It's really a ridiculous schedule. So this is a game where I really think they could be competitive. They're playing the Colts, who are off to a really good start. They're getting a full touchdown right now. These teams off of these blowouts tend to bounce back. Even the teams that don't look like they're any good, they do have a tendency to give a better effort the following week. You see the record right there. It's really solid. You want a dog between a field goal and a touchdown. Right now the Raiders are getting 7. If that, for some reason, which I doubt, goes to 7.5, we're going to pass. But I think that may have actually clicked down to 6.5 right now. 6.5, 7. Let me get my odds page up real quick. I think it could be 6.5, but whatever the line is, we're going to take the Raiders getting 6.5, 7. I should have had this pulled up already. My mistake. I'll get it real quick here. Nah, I won't. It's their play. Oakland +7. There's also another little system here. Kind of a bad road team off of a road loss, and a little added bonus here. You see that system there. It's a really solid system. It's 6.5 right now. The Raiders are 6.5. And there's also one other one down there, a dog of less than a double digits. It's a conference non-divisional game, they also lost on the road. Their offense is and the total's over 40. That one's 31-10. So we have 3 pretty solid spots for the Raiders to bounce back. And you know, the NFL is a real buy low and sell high league. Last night's Thursday night game was a perfect illustration of that. The Packers flying high, 3-0 against the spread, 3-0 record. Playing the Eagles, just lost to Detroit. They're banged up. They're 1-2. Haven't covered a few games. They may have even been 0-3 against the spread. And perfect spot to buy low, sell high on the Eagles last night. And they won the game outright. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win the game outright, but the NFL is really a league where you buy low and sell high. And a reason that a lot of people struggle with the NFL is that they fall into recency bias, and they only remember what they saw the last week. They don't really keep things in context, and it's why so many people struggle with the NFL. Is you've got to keep things in context and look at the big picture. And so we're going to take the Raiders +7. They may very well lose by 10 or whatever and then not cover, but we'll take the Raiders. We'll take a chance that they bounce back off of that horrific game. I watched the whole thing. I'm a Raider fan. Yes, I know. But thank God for the A's. They keep my sanity right now. And we're gonna see if they bounce back and cover that 7. All right, enough of that. The Titans +4. I kind of like this game. This is that NFL dog with a really good defense early season. I think the Ravens hit that last week also. I like this system in conjunction with other things. And they also have this road dog off of a road loss with an average to poor win percentage last week. Tennessee. What did they do last week? Previous road loss. They lost to Jacksonville on that Thursday night game in Jacksonville. So they get 10 days of rest. Road dog off of a road loss. You see the record there. It's pretty solid. And last week I talked about these teams that are in the bottom 10 of yards per play. Early in the season, they're underperformers. Atlanta falls into that group of bottom 10 teams. So that's like a little added bonus. We'll take the Titans +4. That opened at 5. It's now down to 4. And I love that Titan defense. I think they could cover that 4. They might actually end up winning that game outright. But we're going to take Tennessee and get 4 points with the Titans. All right, Buffalo. I've been back and forth on the Bills. They've got a couple of nice systems, and they're +7.5. And I would normally take them getting a touchdown and a half, but there's one small problem with this game for me, and it's the fact that they're playing the Patriots. And it's not just because they're playing the Patriots. It's the fact that the Patriots are 12-1 at Buffalo since 2004, which is basically the time that Brady's played there. I know Brady's been there a little bit longer, but I mean, they're 12-1 the last 15 games, and I just can't overlook that. Now, different Bills team, really good defense. They got a young quarterback. They've got some weapons. I get all of that. And if Buffalo covers the spread and I'm not on them, I could live with it because I've got this staring me in the face. 12-2-1. You know, that Patriot defense is really good. We do have a play on this game on the total coming up a little bit, but I'm just going to pass this game. You know, we have plenty of action, and I as much as I want to play the Bills, me personally, I can't get past this 12-2-1 the Patriots do at Buffalo. And I think the Patriots kind of get a rise when they, you know, who'd they beat? They beat Miami, they stomped the Steelers, they just beat the Jets. I mean, they beat 3 pretty bad teams, and I think they kind of take this as a challenge. Hey, here's this divisional team that's kind of thinking they're pretty good, and they think they have a chance to challenge us this year. And this might be a game where, you know, the Patriots might actually make a statement to where they tell Buffalo, you know, you're not there yet, guys, and they win by 2 scores. Or it could be a close game. Who knows? But whatever the case, I'm just going to pass this game. I just don't want any part of this record right here, this 12-2-1. I can't get past that. So that's a very reluctant pass on the Bills, which is a team I really like this year. I love teams that could play defense like that and run the ball, but we're going to pass the Bills. A lot of stuff on this screen. Basically, we're taking this under Minnesota-Chicago, 38.5. It's that under road previous home divisional game, and their opponent last played on Monday night. It's 18-4 against the spread. It's 16-6 to the under. The under previous road win, previous 2 games, good turnover margin. It's 30-7 since 2010. We're taking the under 38.5. Now, the Vikings will be a play, and I've got that a little bit later in the presentation. I'll get to the Minnesota portion of this, but for right now, the play is Minnesota-Chicago under 38.5. And you also see Chicago's that bottom 10 yards per play. So Minnesota is going to be a play. I don't have it down yet because I believe they're down to 2.5, 3. That line is bouncing around. If they're +3, they're a play. If they're 2.5, we're going to use them in teaser. I think that they're a teaser play coming up later on. So for right now, we're just going to focus on that total. We're going to take the total under 38.5 between the Vikings and the Bears. Here's that Patriot game I talked about, the Patriot-Buffalo game. We're going to take the under 42.5. See, teams that are home dogs of more than a touchdown really tend to go under. 73% right there, as long as the total's over 41. These big home dogs like to slow the game down, grind it down. They don't want to get out in a shootout. They like to play close to the vest. And you also see where there's an under a touchdown plus home dog that didn't win on the road previously. It's 63-18 since 2012. See the other one up top. These double-digit touchdown home dogs are really underplay. So we're going to take that Patriot Buffalo under 42.5. Here is another system that points to the New England Buffalo under, and also the Buccaneers and the Rams trigger this 49.5 under. And again, it's a favorite that's a touchdown or more. That was a favorite last week, New England and the Rams. They turned it over a few times last week, and it has to do with their third down conversion percentage also. And over the last 42 games, yes, 40 unders in 2 pushes. This system is really, really good for the under, which further bolsters that New England Buffalo total, and Tampa Bay the Rams also trigger this. We're taking both these teams to go under the total. New England Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. And give me a second. Let me get something to drink here. Hold on a second. All right. Another under. Lots of stuff working here. And it basically involves a home dog. Again, the Dolphins are a big home dog. We just saw some of those systems previously. The I-8 one. You see one home dog of 8 or more is even better. Since 2012, those are the records. 41-6 on that top one with a home dog of 8 or more with a total of 41. You got the favorite of 7 or more. The opponent plays bad defense and lots of previous. That's 38-4 since 2015. The 2012 one, the next one, 32-3 to the under, a home dog of 8.5. They lost previously. The opponent has a good rushing average. The bottom one, again, not a previous road win, 63-18 since 2012. Lots of things point to this game going under. Miami has really struggled to score this year, even with Josh Rosen last week. I know they missed a field goal, dropped a touchdown. Hopefully they don't get on track this week at home. We're going to take this game to go under 43.5. Hopefully they continue to struggle offensively. Chargers, Dolphins, under. We'll take that under 43.5. Here is a divisional first half under. It's been a really solid play for years. It's 3-1 this year. It's a divisional game where the road team went under the last game. Cleveland fits the bill. They were at home last Sunday night. They went under. It's a divisional game. Take that under 23. Ravens and the Browns. Pretty simple play right there. All right. The plays for this one are on the next page because there's one more page with one more system. I didn't want to clutter up this page like I cluttered up that other one. But basically, this is one of my favorite systems. We've hit it twice this year. We hit Seattle in week 2. We hit Carolina last week. And basically, it's a smallish road dog up to 5. It's an early season system where their opponent has a good rushing average but a poor time of possession. And there's variations on this. You see the next one, not a great time of possession team. The opponent has a poor time of possession, not a great rushing defense. Those are the records since 2010. 38-2, straight up. These teams are 32-8 straight up. So not only do they cover, but they win a lot of the time. You see that top one, that 35-0 stat? They win the game straight up 29 times. So these teams are really good. Money line plays also. You see here, same kind of type of play, the time of possession, early season, 33-4. I filtered this to dogs of below 3 on this one. And if a dog is below 3 or less, they're 27-3 straight up. Very, very strong. The Redskins fit that. The Redskins are a 3-point dog. They may even be 2.5. That line's been bouncing around from... They're 3. So we're going to take the Redskins on that money line, plus 130, and we're going to take the Bengals plus 4. They fit this. And also we get the bonus of Pittsburgh being a bottom 5 yards per play team. Always nice to have that little added bonus. So Redskins on the money line. I think that they beat the Giants this week. The Giants are really... Here's a team that might be a little bit of a sell-high team. Coming off that win against Tampa Bay, new quarterback, everybody's excited, and they should be because I really like Daniel Jones. But Saquon Barkley hurt his ankle last week. He's out for a month or two, and their defense is not good at all. Their defense stinks, and last week the Redskins struggled. They played, who could they play? They played the Bears, they played the Cowboys, they played the Eagles. Washington's played 3 really, really good teams. They jumped on the Eagles week 1, and then the Eagles jumped on them in the second half, and then Washington got us that backdoor cover in week 1. Week 2, they played Dallas at home. Dallas is really good. I really have underestimated them. They're a really good team, and they jumped out to a lead. Then Dallas came back on them, took the lead, and then Washington still kind of belonged on the same field with them. And then last week against the Bears, that Bear defense really overwhelmed the offense, and the defense didn't play that bad. I know Trubisky and the Bear offense is nothing to write home about, but that Redskins defense is not that bad, and they played 3 really good teams. This is a major step down in class for them, and if they're ever going to get back on track, this is the week to do it against the Giants. Rookie quarterback, missing Barkley, horrible defense. This total is at 49. There will be points scored in this game, and I think that the Redskins could really get some things done, and I look for them to win this game outright against the Giants. We're going to take that plus 130 and take the Redskins on the money line. I really, really like the Redskins this week. An over. Finally some overs. Previous game, they passed for 100 yards more than their season-to-date average. They scored a nice amount of points, and it's a non-divisional turf game. Again, we've talked about overs in artificial turf and fast tracks, that kind of thing. This system is 40-12 since 2010. We've got 2 of them here, the Panthers and Texans over 47, and the Raiders and Colts over 45. Raiders have been just horrific offensively on the road. Historically, last week they scored 10, but again, this is in a dome, on a fast track. The Colts are missing a few defensive players, and I think that the Raiders could I think the Raiders should get close to 20 points here. If they get close to 20, this game will go over. We need them to get to at least to get to 20, so we do no worse than push the game, because we're getting the Raiders in 7. So if the Raiders get to 20, the worst we do is chop the game, because if they don't cover, then the game flies over. So Raiders get us 20 points. I think they can in this situation. Minnesota's got a really, really good defense, which is one reason they struggled last week. Colts, their defense is pretty good, but like I said, they are missing a few players, and I think that the Raiders could get back on track a little bit offensively. I look for them to score close to 20, so let's take that over also. 2 overplays right there. Carolina, Houston, Oakland, and the Colts. You know what I think of Kyle Allen with the Panthers last week? I said that was an upgrade over Cam. Cam is just not look right. He looks hurt, and getting Kyle Allen in there is a good thing, and it certainly proved to be the case, as they really had a nice game offensively last week. And of course, Houston, I love that kid, Watson. He's just such a stud, and I look for this game to go over. 2 overplays right there. All right, so we have our teaser play. There's the music. Joe Satriani for you. 6-point teasers. We talked about these last week. For those of you that didn't see my video last week, this is how I like to play teasers. And I talked about a guy named Stanford Wong who really came up with this way of playing teasers. Yes, you could certainly play 6.5, 7, 10-point teasers and win with them. I'm not saying that you can't, but these 6-point teasers mathematically make a lot of sense. I don't need my phone to go off now. These 6-point teasers are really solid. We hit 2 of them last week, and at the bottom of the page here, you see through 3 weeks, the dogs that qualify have gone 9-1 teaser. The favorites that have qualified have gone 3-1. So these teams have gone 12-2 covering teasers. And very briefly, I'll go over them again. What we want to do is we want to tease any dog up through 2 key numbers, 3 and 7. You want to inflate dogs. You want to decrease favorites and go through the key numbers. Key numbers are numbers where games land on more than any other number, 3 and 7. And obviously, it makes sense. Field goals and touchdowns. So you tease any dog up through the 3 and 7. You tease favorites down through 3 and 7. So what dogs qualify? 1.5, 2, 2.5 point dogs. Those get you through the 2 key numbers. What favorites qualify? 7.5, 8, 8.5. Those go down through the key numbers. You don't tease totals. Totals are too volatile. There's too many points involved. You're not getting true value for them. You tease spreads because the number is so small. You're talking 2, 3. Totals, 40. You don't tease the total from 49 down to 43. It just does not make sense. 2-team teasers only. The juice is 110. You go 6.5 is 120. 7 points is 130. 10-point teasers, you got to throw like 4 of them to them. Yeah, you can hit them. I'm not saying you can't. But these 6-point teasers have been researched, and they are a very, very solid way to play teasers. As I said last week, a lot of professionals look for these teasers and they hammer them. We hit 2 last week. This week we got 1. There's only 1 teaser that qualifies. We're taking the Vikings, who are at plus 2.5. Tease them up to 8.5. The Saints are plus 2.5. We'll tease them to 8.5. I really like the Saints this week. I know backup quarterback. Cowboys are rolling. Cowboys are less than field goal. Favorite, what an easy spot for the Cowboys. Man, I only have to beat the Saints by a field goal without Drew Brees, and we beat them the last time we played them. We'll tease the Saints. So, we got 1 teaser this week. We're going to tease the Vikings to 8.5. We're going to tease the Saints to 8.5. 1 teaser only this week. Alright, so that is how we like to play teasers. Alright, next screen. I'm sorry, Joe. Hold on, let me use this. How do you not like that? I don't care what music you listen to. If you can't appreciate this dude with a guitar in his hand, you could leave now. Now. Shut your shit down and get off my fucking plane. Okay. Here are the plays for this week. We have the Raiders and Colts over 45. Panthers and Texans over 47. Browns Baltimore first half under 23. The Chargers and Dolphins under. They're the plays. I don't need to read them off to you. You guys can go and write those down. The lowdown. That's Chill Song Boss, guys. What a great album this was back in the 70s. Silk Degrees. Had this on an 8-track, where at the end of track 2 you'd have the first half of one song, and then the song would play the rest of it on track 3. Many of you remember 8 tracks. Probably some of you bastards don't even remember what a cassette is. Young guys. Alright, you got those. Total 7 totals. We have 4 sides with a money line play mixed in there, and we have that teaser. That Minnesota should say 8.5. I don't know why I put 8. It's 8.5. Okay, so we have an added feature this week. Yes, it's the Florida Pete Biz combo play. Talked to my guy, Florida Pete, said, dude, we need to get a combo play, something we agree on. You have a picture of the Miami coastline there. We got nice, beautiful blue water. I don't know what it's like in Florida today. It's got to be nice. Well, he was at the pool yesterday. I'm sure it's beautiful. So we're going to have this every week. I call my guy Pete every week. We go over games. And I said, what do you like? I don't want to tell you what my plays are. What do you like? Without any kind of filter. You tell me what you like. And the 2 games you mentioned were Redskins and the Saints. So I already had the Saints on a teaser. I said, all right, let's go with that Redskin game. So the Redskins plus 3. So you got the Redskins plus 3 for the Florida Pete Biz combo play, and you're taking that money line. So you basically got 2 units on this game. 1 on the money line and 1 getting that field goal. I think we're going to hit them both. I really like the Redskins, but he liked the Redskins. I already had it out as a money line play. So let's go with the Florida Pete Biz combo play. Redskins plus 3. We'll have this weekly. We'll track it. We'll see how we do. As I said, we don't hide from anything. My picks are out there on Front Street. I post the plays. I keep the record. You know, I see guys with videos that talk about their plays, and the next week, oh, we're 11-3, we're 12-2. Well, where are they? Post them. Throw a spreadsheet up there like Biz does. This is what I do every week. Let me see it. Okay, enough of that. Washington plus 3 is the Florida Pete Biz combo play. Next, we have what you've all been waiting for. Yes. The Biz best bet. Look at that face. You not love that face. The Biz. She likes the Bengals plus 4. She says, I love that undefeated system. It's been killing it. I want some of that. Looks like a treat. The Bengals plus 4. Monday Nighter. That is what we're going to take for the Biz. She likes plus 4 the Bengals. And of course, making his triumphant return off of his debut best bet winner, Stewie. So give me some of that Tampa Bay Rams under 49.5. I like that under. I like that system. It rocks. It's fresh. Yeah, you see how I worked that song in there? Tampa Bay Rams under 49.5. That is Stewie's best bet. So we have 2 best bets. We got a Florida Pete Biz combo play. We got teasers. Got a great card this week. I really like this card. I don't like to hype cards too much. I love this card. Oh, because right when you get a little too high, you know, the gambling gods will just slap you down back to reality. So, you know, we're rolling. We're 34-14-1, and I try to be as is what's the fucking word I'm looking for? You got Biz tongue tied. This is one of the few times Biz gets tongue tied. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm tongue tied, but I don't want to get too high. I don't take it for granted because it could flip in a heartbeat. A couple years ago, when I went 123 and 82, 205 plays 6%, my best year ever. We started off like this. We started off crushing it. For mid-October, we were like 70%. We were just killing it. And I had a thread out at the forum, and I had it out there from the beginning of the season. Guys, I've got my football out. You want on my list? You want my plays? Hit me up. And I was charging like $100 a month. We were killing it. So after 6 weeks of crushing it, guys finally came on board. Hey, yeah, give me your plays. Okay, yeah, it took 6 weeks of killing it, but now you want to get on board. Okay, well, of course, right after that, we had like a 4-week kind of a downswing the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. Nothing extraordinary, but we were losing. And this one guy named Josh, I won't give out his name, but it rhymes with burner. He's sending emails, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a jackass, blah, 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 blah. And so, at the end of November, he says, I'm glad I'm finally rid of you, you suck. And then, of course, once this tool shed leaves, we continue to win. We had a great December. The bowl season was really good. We had a really nice winning year. My point is this. You have ups and downs in the season. We're not going to go 70% through the entire season. We're going to have our ups, we're going to have our downs, but at the end of the year, we will be winning, and we'll have a nice profit. So, stick with the program, stick with the plays. If we have a bad week, don't get down. If this is your first week with me, and for whatever reason we don't win this week, don't jump ship, don't hop off the plane. It happens, and if anybody who's been doing this for any length of time, you know damn well that is the case. So, like I said, I don't want to get too high, too low. I try to stay even keel. I appreciate these hot streaks, and I put in the work and the time, and I grind, and I try to continue to put out the best plays as I possibly can. So, anyway, there's my little spiel on that. There you go. Biz best bet, Cincinnati +4. Stewie likes that under. All right. Here is my contact information. Okay, biz112763@gmail.com. If you want on my daily distribution list, hit me up. No charge, no cost, no obligation. I'm not going to hit you up with any freaking offers. It's just my daily plays. Baseball is winding down. I have not put out a whole lot of baseball this week because I've really been focusing on the football, getting that college football video out, getting this out today. I gave out a few plays this week. We were up maybe a unit or two in baseball this week. I don't remember. But I don't have a lot of baseball plays this week as the season's winding down. It's kind of a dead spot. Basketball hasn't started. Hockey hasn't started. Those sports start in a month. And if you like hockey and you like basketball, college, and NBA, hit me up because I do the same thing for those sports. Last year, I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last week's NFL video or this week's college video, but we were really hitting college totals really, really well last year, well over 6%. We focused on team trends, and like I said, one team was a cash machine for us. It's a first half underplay. Everybody knows that's been with me. They know who that team is, and we were really hitting college totals really, really well. If you're interested in basketball, if you're interested in hockey, hit me up. Twitter, BizWinners, @BizWinners. That is where I put plays out before the videos. I put out several plays this week before I put the video out. I also will put the occasional second half plays, such as the Niners and the Rams from last Sunday. I don't do that very often. As I said, it's very rare that I do it because I don't like to do it, and I only do it on rare occasions. I got a buddy of mine that is second half crazy. He'll bet a game, he'll be winning, and he'll play the other side to create a middle. And I've told him, have you ever tracked these plays? Do they make sense? Because there's nothing worse than being on the right side of the game by halftime, and then you play the second half and you set up a middle, and then your middle misses, and your team covers, and you basically just threw away a win because you're trying to get greedy and you're trying to like buy insurance in case the bet loses. Well, if you're afraid of a bet losing, then don't bet. Don't bet. If you're that afraid of a team losing, if you have to always play second halves and set up middles and set up insurance policies in case the bet loses, and then you end up paying juice, just roll with your game. Unless you have some type of situation that is profitable, or you know that this is a good spot, let your game go. If it's winning at halftime and it loses for the game, then that's the breaks. But I tell people, don't go crazy trying to hit middles and throwing away a good winner just because you want to try to middle a game, or you want to create insurance in case the game doesn't win. If you're not confident in the game to where you feel the need to play a second half, then you shouldn't be betting. That's simple. Thumbs up. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Leave me some comments. I actually got 4 comments last week out of 90 plus viewers. It's better than the 2 I got previously. Let me know what you think of the video. What do you like? What do you don't like? I hate your music. I love your best bets. What do you like? Let me know. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You will get an alert that lets you know when the video is out. I get guys coming up. When's your video coming out? When's your video coming out? Did you subscribe? No. Why not? I don't know. Well, subscribe. Then you don't have to ask me if the video's out. You'll get an alert. Spread the word. Say this every week. You know people that like to bet, watch, enjoy football. Point to the video. I got a lot of guys that don't bet football. Jason, my boy Jason, he listens to my videos. He loves them. He doesn't bet football, but he enjoys listening to them. And he gets a kick out of them that way. If you like to bet football, I think I'm a pretty solid resource for you. Let people know. Okay, that is gonna do it for this week. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good luck with your action. Next week we will be back to review, comment on all of the plays that we put out this week. I'll have a college video next week. We'll review that. September is coming to a close. This is the final week of NFL action to start the season. It's been a great way to start. We are 34-14-1. Very happy with how things are going. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Play with confidence. Play within your bankroll. Don't overbet games. Just because you're doing well right now doesn't mean you start hammering games. Stay consistent and you'll do just fine. Again, I want to thank all of you for joining me, all of the new folks that are on this week. Thanks for coming on board. All of my regular guys, the guys that have been with me forever, the guys that have been with me since the season started. Glad you guys are killing it so far, but it's a long season, and like I said, it's a grind. But we've got a nice profit to start the season with. So again, have a great day. Good luck with your action. Let Mark Knopfler and his crew take us out here. So on this swing, enjoy. He doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If then an old guitar is all he can afford, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. He's got a daytime job, he's doing alright. He can play the honky-tonk like anything, saving it up Friday night with the Sultans, with the Sultans of Swing. Crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner, drunk and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. They don't give a damn about any trumpet playing band. It ain't what they call rock and roll. And the Sultans, yeah, the Sultans
to the microphone. Say their last just as the time bell rings. Good night, now it's time to go home. Then he makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans.